50 amps. 240 volts to the RV at 50 amps. Power. Hey, welcome back to the garage, everyone. Today, we're going to take a tour of a vintage motorhome. All right, welcome back. I've been saying I was going to give a tour of this old RV here for a while now, and well, I'm just now getting around to it. Been pretty busy, so here we go. What we have here is a 2001 Coachmen Sportscoach. What you're looking at is the Chevy Malibu of Class A RVs, and I think you catch my meaning. This was the low-end type, entry level. These things retailed for about $165,000 20 years ago. In today's money, I don't know what that would be. Not really concerned about it, but like I said, this is the low end. This is the El Cheapo model, but it's good enough for me. The old girl is about 38 and a half feet long, and 26,000 pounds. So she's pretty heavy, and she has quite a few issues too. She's definitely a fixer-upper. But let's walk around this old girl and take a look and see what we have. So first thing you notice right off the bat, if you know anything about motorhomes, is we have a fogged up driver's side window, and that is so convenient. Let me tell you what. It's dual layered, and it gets a little moisture in there and it fogs up. So that window has got to be replaced at some point. Going down this side, we have a single large slide out, and it has a cover over the top of it as it comes out as well. I put a 50 amp outlet on the front of our shop here, so we can power this thing when we're not out traveling around. I tell you what, let's just go along the side here and see what we have. Up first, we have the access for the leveling jacks, two of which do not function. And up in there is the Onan 7,500 watt diesel generator. If you go back, I made a previous video on servicing that generator, so if you want to see what that thing looks like, go ahead and step back to that previous video. Up next, we have storage compartment, storage compartment, storage compartment. Sounded like Captain Kirk there for a moment. Come on, Trek fans, which episode? Okay, now see this? See that? So these came off. I've got them inside. They're broke. I got to fix it, like everything else I have. In retrospect, this is actually a pretty stupid idea. Pulling up like this and relying on these gas shocks like this, they always wear out, right? Modern Class A RVs always use side pivoting doors, and I wish I had those, but oh well. Up here you have the freshwater inlet and the sewage outlet. So if you're really all fired up about seeing what's in there, there you go. How about that? There's your business end. Down this side we have the inverter slash charger located in here. Again, take a look at, it's either the first or second video I made on this RV, and you can see what that looks like if you go back to that previous video. And back here, finally, we have our battery compartment. We've got a quantity of 4 golf cart batteries connected in a series parallel fashion. We got 2 cranking batteries. Body on this old RV it's got some problems. It's had some leaks in the past. Previous owner did a lot of sealing on it, and then I sort of continued that process. So there's a little bit of wavy rippling here where these body panels meet. What that means is basically the wood underneath here under this side is probably rotten. So not probably, I know it's rotten. But anyway, the rest of it's pretty solid. So going around the back, here is this is a diesel pusher. And up inside here, you're going to have a 5.9 liter Cummins, makes 275 horsepower. I'm not sure about the torque. I don't know, 500-600 pounds maybe? I don't know. Of course, you have your access ladder to the top as well. Have a nice hitch here for towing your car if you need to, or whatever else. I think the towing capacity is around 5,000 pounds. Back here in this lower compartment, this is where your propane bottle lives. I forget how many pounds it holds, 40 or 50, I'm not sure. It's pretty doggone large. let's see what that looks like. There you go. There's your propane tank. Kind of dirty. I might want to wash that off. I keep that propane bottle closed, clearly turned off when this thing is not in use. The crows are out. There's some storage there, pretty nasty. I need to wash it out. This is your hot water heater. The crows want to be in the video. This is your hot water heater access to do maintenance on that. It works as it should. We have the awning out. Just a standard mechanical awning. This access panel comes in below the refrigerator, and there's actually nothing in there. It's just a blank panel. I think if you take that panel off, it gets you underneath the refrigerator. So this is the back side of the hot water heater and refrigerator. Here we have one very large compartment. You can put tons and tons of stuff in there. Got a couple of electrical outlets, some switches, and so on and so forth. This is just a standard storage compartment, and I keep pieces of wood in here for leveling the RV whenever we go camping. If you don't have the handle on there, you have to move that thing to the side like that, right? All right, you can see I had the ladder out earlier. I was doing some maintenance on the awning up there. It didn't want to release, so I had to jiggle with it a little bit, and I had to install a new clip on the end there. So coming around here, we have nice electric mirrors and some headlights that don't really do a whole lot. I don't know why. They just if you drive this thing at night, be prepared to be dimly lit. So maybe I just need to get the haze off of them. I'm not sure. So again, if you want to see the hood popped, go back and take a look at the Onan diesel generator servicing video. And also, as another video, I had to repair the hood hinges because they were completely rotted out. It was a mess. Got a nice wide open window for driving. Excellent visibility. That's pretty much for the exterior. Let's go ahead and move on inside. All right, so one of the things I do have to replace is this awning above the door. Out of sight, out of mind, I always say. All right, let's move on and have a tour. Semi-automatic steps. I call them semi-automatic because they don't work quite right. But anyway. All right, so first thing you have here, this is your battery disconnect area. This is for the coach, and this is for the chassis. In other words, the engine and drivetrain. And you have a patio light. There's an entry light, a compartment light, and the electric step. The chassis is currently not on. We're just going to turn on the coach today. Again, in the previous video where I troubleshot the starting problem, you can see the engine run if you wanted to. But the first thing you'll see here when you enter the coach is some really comfy 100% leather seating. One for the passenger, obviously, and the driver's seat is really nice as well. No rips or tears or anything. At least the seats are nice in this thing. Everything else is crap, though. It's just a little joke. Aftermarket radio here. It's got Bluetooth on it, so you can stream, with your phone or with other device. So back in the day, of course, they had CRT screens for the backup camera. The dash air conditioner does not work. That's on my list. Everything else up here works except for the engine coolant temperature sensor. It always reads cold. Got to fix that. If you look in a previous video, we did repair the erroneous signals we were getting to the air pressure for the brakes. Various control switches, exhaust brake, that's your Jake brake, flashers, emergency start. You can use the house batteries to start the coach if you want. In other words, if your engine batteries go dead, you can use your 6 house batteries to start the engine. Driving lights, dock lights, defog fan. These fans up here. Of course, the radio, floor lights, power outlets. These two. There's separate switches for those. Kind of overkill, but whatever. I bought these little USB things to stick in there because we don't smoke. So that's supposed to be an outside temp sensor, but that doesn't work. And you turn your generator on with this. We'll get to that later. Here's your map light. Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. Very simple to use. Air brakes. This is your leveling control for your hydraulic leveling jacks. Again, 2 of them don't work. The 2 front ones do, but the 2 rear ones don't. I've got replacements in the shop, but I just haven't had time to put them in. So up here we've got, instead of a CRT television, the previous owner had put this little Vizio unit in. It works fine. We had various other things up here like VHS, videotape player, DVD, blah, blah, blah. I ripped all that crap out and stuck a Wi-Fi router up there. So we got the dash radio speakers are here, and it works just fine. Up front we have nice storage here. I keep our fuses in there. Up here we have the Wine Guard antenna mover thingy. Oh no, that's for the satellite antenna. You can adjust the direction of it, but we don't have satellite, so I don't use it. Another little cubby hole up here, not used. I use this one for basically for my glove compartment. I guess we'll just kind of go down one side and down and up the other. So we have a nice leather love seat here. It has seat belts for passengers if they need them, or if you don't want them, you can tuck them back underneath the chairs. Got some excellent storage up here. That's where I keep all the user manuals for all the stuff on the coach. You never know when you run into a problem. You need some technical reference material. This is for moving the antenna, the television antenna, up and down on the roof. Again, we'll never use it. This is 2021 after all. I replaced the old school incandescent lights with some neat LED stuff. There we go. And then this one, kind of a nifty little light. I did a separate video on these. Okay, and they have a little USB port there for charging your phone as well. Got a nice power outlet right there. And this was just a inexpensive upgrade we did for anybody sitting here that can have a drink holder. Same thing over here. As you know, in the previous video, I put these LED lamps in. More storage here in the living area. We don't keep anything up there much. Not yet, anyway. This little thing right here, it's basically a safety brace. So you can put it up here between the wall and this. So when you're going down the road, you know, your slide out won't slide out on you. So I've got a nice couch here. This folds out into a double bed, so you could sleep 2 there. Entering the kitchen, you know, the sink could use a little work. Whoever lived here before didn't know how to caulk. I don't know. That's just so comical, it kills me. I thought about redoing it, but it's good for a laugh, really. Up here you have a Lazy Susan, which doubles as a paper towel holder, or whatever else you want to put up there. Various, you know, basically kitchen cabinets, drawers, where we keep all our stuff. And we have a dinette set. This table basically folds down like that, and it sits on a ledge here and here. And then you take these cushions and fold them out, and this makes a nice bed. So it's very comfortable, actually. Got an electrical outlet. The only 120 volt, there used to be a leak there at some point, but it was fixed years ago. I still need to clean that. The only 120 volt light in the RV, and it took me months to find this switch. Unbelievable. All right, and there was this big gaudy looking brass thing from 1995 or whatever. It was old school. I yanked it out and threw the LED light in. So all the lights inside this coach have been replaced with LED. All these are LED light tubes. Another GFI protected outlet in the kitchen. We've got a 3-burner propane cooktop there. Pretty nice, very simple to use. It doesn't have a clickety-click thing. You have to put a match on it to light it, but yeah, whatever. That works fine. We don't have an oven, but we do have a convection / microwave. So if you want to bake, this is a convection oven. You can put it on bake, or you can use it as a microwave. Typical storage in an RV. This is kind of nice. These speakers here, and there's one over there on top of the slide. You can't see it right now, but when you play the radio in the dash, the sound comes out there as well. I've got 2 air conditioning units. This is the main one up front, and there's one in the bedroom. We'll look at that in a moment. Underneath the dinette, you got storage here and here. We'll go back here to the pantry area. Let's turn on some lights here. There's our little pantry. Had this little guy here slides out. Pretty convenient. This little drawer here is a little wonky. The rail's broken, so I'm not going to pull that out. All right, it's your conventional RV refrigerator. It's a Dometic. It runs on natural or propane or electricity, and we keep it propped open with this little doohickey, so while the RV's not in use, so you don't generate mold and stuff like that. So these don't cool as quickly as a house refrigerator. A house refrigerator will cool down in what, I don't know, an hour. This thing will take, you need to give this thing at least 24 hours before it gets nice and cold. All right, so here is the electrical area. Down here is the fuse panel. And underneath here is where you would normally keep the hot and cold water hookups for the RV clothes washer and dryer combo unit, which would go in this cabinet here, but we don't have one. So I might get one someday, but anyway, this one didn't come with it. And I keep other things in here like your surge protector for when you go to a campsite. And then this is a water pressure regulator. You always want to have that. You don't want your water pressure getting over, getting too high. You'll blow out all your fittings and your lines inside your RV. So, all right. So there you are. We're almost back to the bedroom. But before we do that, all right, so let's go ahead and slide the big slide out here. We got the slide out control, in and out. Pretty simple, really. So let's hit the out button. And let's see what happens. Hey, look at that. We're going to open up our living space and give ourselves some more room. There's some weather stripping up there that needs to be replaced. There's always something to fix in an RV. Always. There we go. Makes a little noise. Some springs clicking and clacking, but whatever. That's fine. Got a couple of sun shields here for the dash area, but the previous owner had a curtain rod here. These came with it, but they took the curtains away. I don't know. They threw them away. They didn't like them, whatever reason. I'm going to buy some nice ones. There's a place online where I can get them. So I'm not going to use those. I'm going to buy nice curtains because I think it would look better. And now you can see we have a nice little living area, and I need to vacuum. Holy cow. All right, so let's, hey, how you guys doing? Okay, so this is where the combo washer and dryer would have gone if it had been that option. But in this case, we simply have some nice storage space for whatever you want to put in there. And up here we have the, just, whatever you want to keep up there. I've got the coffee maker up there, so whenever we get ready to use that. All right, we'll step back into the bathroom area. Got a couple of old school light switches here. I converted all of the lighting to LED. This is an LED light here, and there's one in the shower as well. And we have a new faucet and spray nozzle in the shower. Works very well indeed. I've got a brand new sink, and I put a brand new GFI outlet in there, but I still need to put the cover on it. Moving along, the doing the business chamber is right here. It works well. I think everyone knows how to use that. If you don't know how to use an RV toilet, the way you flush it is to simply put your foot on that and hold it down, and it flushes. Pretty simple. Yeah, that one's a little flaky. There. This is comical. All right, let's move on. All right. Anyway, back to the bow chicka wow wow chamber. So comically, this bedspread is the one that came with the RV, I think, in 2001. This is just a throw that we stuck in here. Couple of pillows, and I replaced the goofball looking brass lights with some nice reading lamps here that they have little USB ports on the back side. They've got there you go, nice little reading lamp, and they're adjustable. If you hold your finger on it, it'll go brighter or softer. And there's also a night light thing right there. Yeah, pretty nice. There's one over there as well. And I had a CRT television in here that was put in '01, but I yanked that out and chunked it and put in this little Vizio that I got from Wally World, and that works really, really well. So it's nice and light too. You're basically removing weight when you get rid of all that old-fashioned electronics. Closet space in the back of the bedroom here. We've got a good dirty clothes bag, and we got a vacuum cleaner in there, a couple of fishing rods, and we caught a couple of trout here back during August. That was pretty cool. I fired the TVs up. I've got them hooked up to the Wi-Fi router and working well. Let's go ahead and turn on the air conditioners. So we got a Duotherm by Dinette. We'll slip this guy up into the cool. Now these things are not quiet. They make some noise. You heard that one kick on. And we'll kick this one on too. There we go. All right. That'll cool down real nice, real quick. This cover up here rattles a little bit, but whatever. As long as I'm cold, I don't really care. So stepping back up here to the control station, what you have here is a test panel for your lights. And it tells you how much you have in your holding tanks, your gray tank, your black tank, your freshwater tank, your LPG, which is your gas for your heat and your hot water. It tells you your battery level, which is excellent. All right, this right here is your water heater. We don't really want to turn that on right now. And this turns on your water pump. So if I flick that guy on, 12-volt water pump. There we go. How about that? Evacuating some of the water out of the system. So that works well. And of course, this is where your heat is controlled as well. So if so this heater, this is confusing. The heater, it should say water heater. That's for the water heater. Okay, but if you wanted heat, you would turn on the furnace and then set your temperature accordingly. And the furnace comes out, the heat comes out of the floor vents in various locations, just like in your house. And of course, the slide out control, here's your inverter and charger control. So right now we're in charge mode. The battery state is good. This light above the charge light indicates we're charging. If I were to turn this on, we would be using the inverter, which takes house battery power and turns it into AC power. And if you were, let's say you were dry camping or you were on the road somewhere and you were not running the generator, you could in fact run the microwave on the house batteries. I've actually done it. It works pretty well. I don't know how long you can do it, but you know, I don't think you'd want to bake a cake on your house batteries, but you get my point. All right, one last thing is the generator in the front of the coach. It's underneath the hood. If you want to switch from house power, which is what we're on now, to generator, if we wanted to switch from house power to generator, we could crank up the generator, and the transfer switch, which is located down in the bowels of the RV, would clunk. It would clunk over, and then you could disconnect your house power on the outside, and then you're running everything in the coach on the generator, and you can run everything with that 7,500 watt generator. You can run both air conditioning units and everything in the coach. All right, folks, that's the long-awaited tour of the 2001 Coachmen Sportscoach. I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video. Don't forget to click that little bell down below. You know where it is. You guys have a good one, and remember to enjoy driving your classic motorhome.